Hello everybody, welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. We did the City of Iz last time, so we've got some chatting to do in Dresden first. I'm going to talk to Queen Galfrey. Galfrey greets you with a friendly smile. Thank you for coming to speak to me, and thank you once more for forgiving me. It's taken a weight off my shoulders. I can now breathe more easily. I know I have no right to complain to you about my experiences. I bear the blame for what happened, but I want you to know, not a day passed that I did not think about you. I also wanted to say that I consider you my friend. She extends her hand to you. No matter what trials await you in the future, you can always rely on me and all Mendev. Yeah, we're not going to pursue a romance with the Queen. We're loyal to Arushale. Shake Galfrey's hand. I am glad to be your friend, my Queen. Together, we will defeat the World Wound. You have Mendev's support, Commander. What awaits us at Threshold? We can only guess, but I am not fond of guessing, she says, steel in her voice. The Threshold Fortress is the source of all our troubles. It was where this all began, and it is where this must end. But in the 100 years of Crusades, we still haven't the slightest idea of what it has become. The raging magical energies so heavily altered it that no spells or living scouts have been able to approach it. What are you going to do after our victory? Perhaps I shall plant nasturtiums and get a cannery? Perhaps I'll plant nasturtiums and get a cannery? I really don't know, Commander. Right now I'm looking at the looming storm of clouds. As to what comes after, let us worry about it after. Okay, I have to go. Good luck to you, Commander, in everything and always. I thought you might have some stuff to say, Rebeth, seeing as we saved your life. Okay, I have to go. What about you, Anevia? Are you happy that... Yeah, there you go. Thanks for looking out for Beth. I was near tearing my hair out. I owe you one. Another one, I guess. How is Rebeth doing? She's as stubborn as a paladin. Anevia stomps her foot in mock fury, but her face is lit by a smile. She just got back, and she's already raring to get back into the fight. But I'm not letting her out of my sight for now. I'm going to be her shadow till she's old and grey. I have to go. Ivy, you alright? On the one claw, dragon scales look too amazing to hide. On the other claw, if we wore clothes like humans do, I'd be able to wear a stripy vest and have a shirt with big puffy sleeves. I have to go. Valuable input, Ibu, as always. I'm going to go outside as well, because I think Raymond wanted to chat with us. He should be back in Dresden now, I think. We also need to go up to our court. And then I think we'll do some of our companion side quests. We might do the one that we were given by Greybor. Is Raymond not here? He should be here, surely. He survived the fortress, so... So we need to go back to Arilu's laboratory at some point. What was... so we have to go to Gudrun. Okay, so maybe we'll do Greybors and Regills. Let's do those first, because I think they're both quite close to Dresden. So we can get them done rather easily. Also, I'm going to offload some stuff. Where's Wilsa? There you are, Wilsa. Wilsagarm's smile looks fractured, forced. Permission to speak, Commander. The quartermaster frowns. I don't enjoy telling you this, but we've got trouble. Soldiers are going missing from the camp. They're gone a day, sometimes two, and then we find their bodies mauled so badly even the scouts can't hold back their tears. We've seen all kinds of terrors during this war, but the sight of those remains sends shivers down my spine. It doesn't happen often. We usually lose 1 or 2 people each month. It's a minor loss in the grand scheme of things, but it's been happening for a while. I guess it started right after you left for the Abyss. But the scouts brought news just the other day. They say it's the work of one band of demons, vile beasts even worse than the rest. We're almost at the end of our tether. The lads are asking you, Commander. Give us the word to track and hunt them down like the cursed monsters that they are. We want vengeance. We will track down the demons and exact vengeance for the fallen. Wilson nods gravely. The lads will be very happy. They've been itching to find these beasts and get even. Okay, show me what you have. Do price in descending order. Dump all this stuff. Especially if we're going to travel out alone to meet Greybor. We're going to need a lighter inventory. Yeah, all this is just junk. This too. We definitely don't need 23 full plates. Very heavy. Get rid of the chain shirt too. Normal full plate. Yep, just sell all that. Do you have anything worth thinking about getting, Wilson? Not really. Okay. Let's go to our court, seeing as I can't see Raymond anywhere. Hope he's alright. Maybe he's just hanging around at Pelura's Falls still. Although I swear he said that he would go back to Dresden. Maybe he's at our court. Who knows? He'd like hanging around here. It's a Desnian's dream. Well, this isn't early sunset again, is it? Aranka, who was admiring the Azatas frozen in their impressive fighting stances, looks at you. Nest, you're just in time. We're holding a tournament. These are our guests. Solemn Star, an Azata of the Liland people, and Raucous Laughter, a Brailian Azata. They came down to us from Elysium, and now they're going to give us a display of their combat skills. The Azatas greet you with graceful salutes. Aranka smiles widely and drops her voice to a whisper. This fight has a symbolic meaning. There has been a disagreement between the courts to which Solemn Star and Raucous Laughter belong. They're not enemies, of course, but there is a true rivalry between them. They will never admit it, but they expect you to support one of the champions. Whichever champion you choose will send their court to aid us. Why don't you tell me more about them? The Liland Azatas are bards, storytellers and chroniclers who travel between the planes collecting stories and legends. They're not the most warlike of their people, but if they witness injustice, they will stand up against it, and the world wound is an enormous injustice against Galarian. The Brelani Azatas, however, are considered the most indomitable of their people. They live in the moment and prefer to spend their time fighting, always looking for a chance to test their prowess and skill. We certainly could use such powerful allies. So we could get Liland Azatas. You just seem to be more bards. We already have bards, to be fair, so I'm not too sure how necessary that would be to our army. Or Raucous Laughter. Grelin Azatas. Oh, they're longbow users. I like that. Skillful Repulse. Unit does not switch to melee weapons in melee combat and deals full damage. Electricity damage. The unit... Oh, okay. I mean, that's not great against demons, but having That's quite powerful bow damage. I'm going to go for Raucous Laughter. Raucous Laughter, may luck be with you. Aranka smiles happily. Oh, Raucous Laughter, we wish you victory. Free Crusaders, beat your drums, blow your trumpets, draw your blades, and join the dance. Let us support our indomitable guest. It's good to have you back, Nest. Things haven't been the same without you. Good to be back, Aranka. Now, about this whole moving court thing. Is that ever going to happen, or no? You still have nothing to say now? Yeah. It's a shame they don't really have anything to say after you come back. Under the sun and the moon, in pouring rain and snow so white, in darkness and in fire, life is blooming everywhere. Does your stock change at all, or are you... No, it looks about the same. I'll take a Haramaki +5, why not? Let's rest again. Okay, the rest is for a day. It's sad when you're surrounded by people, but none of them are your friends, isn't it? I don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about. I could fill the main square of Canabaris with all my friends, and Prelate Horan, if he were here, would add, and burn them all. Okay. Let's see how far away Greybor's quest is. If it's the closest, I'll just do that one right away. Yeah, Greybor's is pretty close. Right, we need to make sure we're going to defend our forts that are under attack. Let's see how this fares. Okay, we can't reach them just yet. Well, 70 cuirassiers. Where'd these armies come from? Endevian cuirassiers. Oh, I'm complaining. Yeah, you continue towards there. It might take you too long to reach. We may lose that fort. Hopefully having a citadel there helps. This level 7 army is strong. I guess these are tough units. Let's recruit, seeing as we can. Just want a big pool of recruitment waiting here for if we can ever bring back our main unit, our main army. Do some of them. Look at the rest later. Maybe I'll do some of that off camera. Okay, our main army. How are you faring? Where could we attack with you? There's a demon army there. Lots of minotaurs. That looks like a pretty intimidating army too. You know what? I think I'm going to have this army start to head back towards Dresden. It'd be good to make it a bit stronger, I think. Just in terms of unit size, so we don't lose a ton. Cool. Any events we can do? Yeah, we've done the Logistics Council. Okay, we can strengthen Chain of Command for leadership, so we'll do that. Your Outpost to Bastion expansion. I think we should really do the Northern Lights soon. We'll do Outpost. I would like an outpost that we can teleport to soon. So we'll do that first. But the Northern Lights should be a fairly high priority. If it didn't take so long, I'd do it right away. But where is Threshold then? That's where we need to go. It's in here. Okay. Where are we? There we are. Travel to the dry crossroads with Greybor. Let's do that first. Do we actually have to travel on the road with just me and Greybor, or can we leave Aubrey behind, bring Greybor out? Will it just act like we're on our own? Oh, whoops. Waste of time. Everyone's fine, right? We don't need to rest. Yeah, no, we don't need to rest. Oh, we're playing as Greybor. Okay. Let's just touch up his gear then, just in case. We'd give him the Belt of Physical Perfection. Are there any clothes that would go well with him? Give him Earth's Embrace. Why not? Give him a slight buff to his constitution. Let's give him a Ring of Evasion too, and we can give him the +4 cloak. A stronger Ring of Deflection. That's good enough for now. Surprised we're playing as Greybor for this. Quiet you, leave him alone. He's with us. You're late, Greybor. Well, it was supposed to be in the middle of this crowd. A group of thugs blocks your path. They are armed and look like they're ready to fight. Their leader faces you with his hands on his hips. We didn't think you were going to show. But you wouldn't do that to us, would you, Greybor? Where's the target? I know you're a professional, but I've never worked with you before. So listen up. I'm watching you. No funny business or I'll make you bleed. Got it? True, we haven't worked together before, so I'll give you a warning of my own. If you threaten me again, I'll cut out your heart and shove it up your ass. Got it? The gang bursts out laughing. Their leader nods his approval. He seems all right. I think we can work with him. Respect. No wonder she... He raises his eyebrows pointedly. Has such a high opinion of you. I hope your friends won't get cold feet when it's time to act. Don't you worry about my bunch. Not our first hunt. As long as the target's where it's supposed to be, they'll do what they've been told. They should have put Greybor's picture in this box here if we're playing as him. Is she here now? Probably. You know she doesn't like to show up too early. She's smart, wants to scout out the area first. I respect that. Once we've cornered the target, she'll be here. Or not. It's impossible to tell with her. Is everything ready? Now, wait just a minute. She said that you'd be in charge of all the preparations. She told us to wait for your arrival and follow all of your instructions. So why don't you scout out the area and figure out what needs to be done? We'll need at least 3 places for the crew to hide, and we'll need a good location for our archer as well. And that trail over there bothers me. Makes it too easy for our target to escape. He points to a trail that branches off from the road and disappears into the woods. You'll need to see if there's a way to block that path somehow. I'll scope out the area then. Go ahead, boss. We'll just sit here and await your orders. Okay. I'm assuming the target is us, is Nest. These thick bushes would provide ample cover for an ambush. This rock is an excellent hiding place and will provide good cover against ranged attacks. But I don't think Greybor's going to sell us out. He's still under contract with us, isn't he? And he takes that stuff that very seriously. So I think he will... There's a large crack in this tree trunk. A well-aimed blow would cause it to block the trail. Can I attack it? Or do I have to order them to do it? So if they follow whatever I say, I guess I could put them in the worst positions possible, couldn't I? Like, I could put the archer right on the ground. I could put a melee fighter really far away. Where's the archer spot meant to be? Is it up here? I thought I just looked up here. Hey, succubus. If you have something to say, say it to the boss. Oh, there's where it wants me to click. I went up there. I literally went up there and that point wasn't... I couldn't see that point. Or did I just miss it? I never ignored the possibility. I was just unobservant. This is a suitable position for an archer. It overlooks the entire area. Well, how's it going, boss? Had you had a chance to look around yet? Any orders? Point to the cracked tree. There's a damaged tree by the trail. There's a damaged tree by the trail. We need to chop it down and block the path. That's not a bad idea. We'll block the path so that no one can get through. Point to the hill. Your archer should take position up on that hill. Sounds good to me. The leader turns to one of his henchmen and mutters, "What are you just standing around for? Get your ugly mug up on that hill." The ugly mug grabs a bow, deftly checks the bowstring and the quiver, then strolls off nonchalantly in the direction of the hill. I'll go take another look around. You do that, boss. You think real hard and scope things out so that we'll all be ready when the target gets here. These trees can hide more than a solitary hunter. They can conceal an entire wagon. Okay. Point to the bushes and the massive rock. Place your crew in the bushes along the road, behind those trees, and behind that huge boulder. Can do. Those are some good locations. Nice and hidden. Can't see them from the road. The leader turns to his henchman and calls out in a commanding voice. All right, stop sitting around on your asses. Go to where you're told and lay low. I better not hear or see any of you. Guess we're set then. Time to lay low. You know your stuff, Greybor. Can't fault your decisions. You made some good calls. I respect that. Now, kill her! Everything is ready. We just have to wait for the main character to appear on the stage. Ivy, you're not helping out? Horzala. This is the first time you've seen Horzala in person. She gazes at you triumphantly. You're not as smart as everyone thinks, she gloats mockingly. You've walked straight into a trap set by your own associate. Don't kill her. I want to finish her off myself. You've performed your task admirably, Greybor. You charged me an exorbitant rate for your services, but it seems that you were worth every coin.
Did you expect anything less? As I said, when I take a job, it gets done. You wanted the commander, and I brought her to you.
Yoz is standing off to the side. He clears his throat, annoyed that he's been left out of the conversation. Your death will bring me... Shut up, Yoz. I didn't give you permission to speak. Horzala glares angrily at Yoz, and he quails beneath her fiery gaze. I thought we got along well. Why do you want me dead? Horzala's voice rises triumphantly. Father will see how wrong he was about me. He'll reward me with his favor when I present him with your head. I'll be the greatest of Baphomet's daughters once more, and that half-mortal upstart Vorlesh will crawl on her knees before me. I'll rout the armies of Elushanira, then I'll cut down Discari's lackeys and take his armies for myself. And once that's done, it'll be your turn, Crusaders. I'll make you kneel before the Lord of Beasts. It's very brave of you to appear in person. I applaud your courage.
I wanted to personally witness your demise, Horzala snaps angrily. Do you think I'm scared of you? Ha! You have no idea how powerful I am. Hepzimira was nothing compared to me, and now my father has freed me from those accursed seals. I am no longer bound. I am Baphomet's daughter, the strongest of his offspring. I have reclaimed my rightful place, and now I will destroy you. Yoz, why are you here? Do you really want to kill me? It's not like he had any choice in the matter, Horzala crows triumphantly. This half-wit belongs to me, and so does his guild. After you killed Hepzimira, Baphomet gave me back my power. I was restored to my rightful place, and Yoz, who once considered himself my master, became my property. She cracks her knuckles, causing the former leader of the Assassin's Guild to cower in fear. Yoz desperately tries to save face. He forces on a smile. I'm sorry, but the bounty on your head was just too tempting. I couldn't resist. You don't like Horzala. Why don't we kill her together? There's a flash of interest in Yoz's eyes, but it fades immediately. He looks at Horzala regretfully and shakes his head. I never bet on the losing side. Greybor, you betrayed me? The guild I joined, with your consent I might add, asked me to do a job. They offered me a sizable reward, and partnership has been less than satisfactory. So I'm breaking our contract. Oh, and you are about to be killed by my new employers.
Yeah, I don't buy it. He was giving us warning signals while we were in Dresden, so I don't buy that he would break his contract. I instructed Greybor to lure you here, and he has performed this task admirably. You will not leave this place alive. Yeah, when Horzala's back is turned, Greybor casts a triumphant, spiteful glance in her direction. Yeah, so he's bluffing here. Who you serve is your choice, and you've clearly made it.
I'll accept jobs and take contracts, but only if they benefit me. As I'm sure you've noticed, the only person I serve is myself.
Maybe we can talk things through and solve our disagreements peacefully. There's no need for violence. Ha! How amusing. Are you going to fall on your knees and beg for mercy? Give her a good beating before you finish her off. Greybor smirks ominously. To count on Greybor's sincere loyalty, a person must be an equally skilled killer who shares his cynical views on life, placing a low price on the lives of others but prizing gold and freedom. Well, I guess we do prize freedom.
It won't be easy for them to carry out that order, because they themselves are actually already dead. Commander, now!
Pulling a whistle decorated with runes from his pocket, the dwarf brings it to his lips and produces a high-pitched trill. Oh, wow. When did he do that? And Ivu's just hanging around back here too. Okay, yeah, do Arcane Weapon Enchantment. Shame we couldn't really buff up at all, but we can do some buffs. Where's the Quicken Rod at? Okay, yeah. Turn on the Greater Quicken Meta Magic Rod. Oh, we can't use it anyway because we've already used a Quicken slot.
Something's wrong with the spell here.
Hopefully this should be okay. Yeah. Quarry on Horzala. And then study target on Horzala. Do a full round attack. Oh wow. I guess they weakened her because they knew you'd be fighting it with just 2 people with no chance to buff, but you'd think she'd put up a better fight than that. Here's our reinforcements. Are we late? Or was that meant to be Wardriff talking? It looked like Ivu. Well, it's nice that they've showed up. Just do a force punch attack on Horzala. Oh, that was quickened, wasn't it? That kind of confuses it when you do it quickened. Perfect. Hey, Wardriff, you can just run up. Help out a bit.
I will resist.
Easy. Horzala is curled up on the ground in anguish. She slams her fist down angrily. This isn't how it was supposed to end. Why? Why are you so damn strong, mortal? Shorty, you little worm. You betrayed me. If you had done what I asked, I would have given you everything you'd ever wanted. I value my reputation more than anything you could offer me. You can rant and rave as much as you want, but you're not going to change my mind. Greybor turns to you and gives you a businesslike nod. Well done, Commander. I admit I was worried that you would deviate from our plan and reveal your full strength. We needed Horzala to believe that victory was within her grasp, so she would reveal herself, and your little spectacle was quite convincing. Greybor, why don't you tell Horzala how we outwitted her? Greybor speaks slowly and deliberately as he fills his pipe. You see, Horzala, you made 3 mistakes. Your first mistake was sending your agent in Dresden to give me the assignment to bring the commander's head, instead of summoning me to a Lushanira. In doing so, you made it clear to me that you have people in Dresden, and that some of them might be part of the commander's inner circle. Therefore, the commander and I kept this plan a closely guarded secret. We didn't want you to find out about it. As for your second mistake, you underestimated how much I value my reputation. Under different circumstances, I would have gladly taken this assignment, but I'm not going to tarnish my good name. When the commander and I were on the way here, we had plenty of time to discuss the details of our plan. I would pretend to carry out the assignment, and the commander would pretend that she was trapped. We knew you could not resist the opportunity to savor your triumph personally. I just had to play my part convincingly. When I helped you set up the ambush, and the commander had to fight at half strength, so she wouldn't immediately destroy your lackeys. And you fell for it. You threw caution to the wind and revealed your presence. Remember how I said you'd made 3 mistakes? Your third mistake was turning your back on this shorty. What will you offer me in exchange for your life, demon? Horzala laughs bitterly. Nothing. Once my father hears of my failure, he'll take everything from me, even the guild. Get out of my sight, Horzala. I never want to see you again. Zala wipes the blood from her face and mutters sullenly, "Even my father's father isn't worth dealing with you again, mortal. You won't have any trouble from me. Farewell."
I think we're done here. One of these nights we should meet up at the tavern to celebrate. Drinks are on me.
Killed Yoz though, didn't we? Didn't like him, but never really had any beef with Hodzala. She seemed like she had a bad lot. It's weird to me that it counts as good to let her go. Oh, I mean, I guess it makes sense that it's good to let her go, but also good tends to be characterized by hating demons, so maybe lawful should be killing her, I don't know. You don't always agree with how the alignments are assigned in this, but hey ho. I think for the most part they're assigned alright. Right, let's go back to Dresden. We'll drop off Greybor and replace him with Regill. Right, we've got movement now. Let's attack this army. How much is Stone's Throw really worth? Yeah, take out these mages. Mages could be a problem. Oh, this army has no ranged units. Okay. It's worth keeping in mind. Especially as they're instantly killed. Enslaving Soul. Try sickening those guys. Golden Legionnaires. Let's see how tough these are then. Well, these are just conscripts. They're not going to be very tough at all. So you go around the back and attack the mages. Oh, these are the ones that can teleport, can't they? Okay, cast Song of Seasons. And go for the fighters. That might be stupid, but we'll see. Oh no, they've got their tanky. They can take a hit. They just killed themselves. Why do they do that? They use their ability on themselves. That's that seems like an odd decision. Okay, yeah, these guys are tough. Can't say I'm surprised. Use Song of Seasons again. Keep the fighters pinned down. It's going to take a while. Oh, these guys are dead. Then on shield wall. As well use penetrating strike, bring the conscripts out. Heal them. I don't really mind losing some of these weaker units, but... It's just going to take time, isn't it? An annoying amount of time. Just keep chipping them down. Really chipping them down. As long as they keep going for the Hedge Knights, we should be fine then, because we've got so much energy, we can heal as much as we want. So just take them down 2 and 3 at a time. It's a bit annoying, but it's manageable. There you go. This will be over soon. 2. Finish it. Thank you, Hedge Knights. Okay, you get 11 up. Burning Liquid. That's a siege ability. We'll take that. Sure, why not? Where's the other army we were moving? You keep moving down there. And you can make it here. You can make it here. Perfect. It's a good spot for reinforcing then. Strengthen them up. Where's the other army that we had waiting for reinforcements? Put all of these in here. Perfect. It's a bit better now. Should really do something with this this group because they are pretty tough by the looks of things. But anyway, we were heading back to Dresden, weren't we? Right, let's change the group. We'll rest first. Only takes 9 hours.
I can't believe there's no Beggars Guild in Canabris. Didn't they demand a cut for letting you operate in their territory?
Sometimes I was approached by healthy people who pretended to be poor and sickly, and they said that I owed them some kind of cut. I gave them coins. If they are willing to be miserable all their lives for the sake of coins, that means they need them more than me.
We shouldn't have. You shouldn't gain corruption when sleeping because we're in Dresden. So why do we gain corruption? It's like, oh, you have to actually go inside Dresden for that to count. Okay, now, Albrig, you come out. Oh wait, didn't actually do it. Need to press accept. Any gear changes I can make with Greybor? Give him that. Might as well just upgrade the main gear that he has. Give him a ring of evasion. We've got plenty of those to spare. It's good enough. Okay, now travel to the Hellknights outpost. Let's stop first. We've got our movement back. Okay, I'm going to use this first, just to weaken this army. It might be a waste of this, because it's quite strong, but there's probably better armies we could use it on. No, actually I'm going to risk it. I think we can take them without doing that. We'll save that for some of these level 11 and 12 armies we've got to fight. Especially as this general has spellcasting, so she's much more reliable. Use Scorching Ray on the Incubi. Now just try and take out the shears. Another Scorching Ray. Got one more. Keep picking at them. Perfect. Nice. Where's our main army then? We don't need that to go all the way back to Canabris now. Are there any... So I'll get some more Golden Legionnaires, I'll get some more Paladins, as long as we've got them in armies. We'll get some more Conscripts too. Might as well put them in the armies that have them already. This level 9, our main army, where do we want it to go? We could put it against these level 10 armies down here. Seems to suggest we'd be able to handle it. Yeah, I'll wait till I've got the teleport before I go somewhere that's much further away. Now that it's reinforced, that's fine. Okay, let's continue on to the Hellknight outpost. How are we doing fatigue-wise? Yeah, we need a rest.
You care about your soldiers. Lots of people don't like you, but I know you are a kind man.
Of course I care about them. Their combat effectiveness is my responsibility.
Let's just do some...
I welcome your company.
We'll do some buffs. I don't think there's going to be a ton of enemies waiting here for us. It doesn't hurt. Be slightly prepared. Cool. Ness, you
is a
do
waste of
your
time.
ones too. As you can see behind the curtain of all the buffs I do. Doing believe in yourself for dexterity and intelligence. Now we can get to 14. Plus 14 for our intelligence bonus, which is wonderful. So with dexterity and intelligence combined, because canny defense gives us our intelligence bonus on as dodge. So having up to 14 is nice. Yeah, give Nest. What is mage armor clashing with? Nest isn't wearing armor. I guess it clashes with Haramaki's, doesn't it? But we still get the armor enchantment bonus from the Haramaki. It's just not the base armor value, so it's still better to have that active. Okay, that should be enough. If we start seeing enemies, I'll do the rest, but I think, yeah, the Hellknights have got this place locked down. Hope I live long enough to see a Ruli Vorlesh burned at the stake. No one deserves it as much as that demon-abetting witch. Maybe we'll have to fight the Hellknights. They are my biggest fans, apparently. They are surrounding me, rather threateningly. The Hell Knight outpost welcomes you with sharp and inhospitable silence. Tall figures in black, imposing armor tower over you. There are no threats or greetings. Nothing at all. Regill takes his place in the formation near Paralectors Renth, Tyr, and Diothan. But slightly ahead of them, there is a barely noticeable shift in his posture and demeanor. It's almost like he is getting ready to perform a wearisome and unpleasant task. You all know why we are gathered here. Today, the Order's emissaries will hear the results of my investigation into the actions of the individual known as the Commander of the Fifth Crusade, as well as decide the fate of said individual. Regill, explain yourself. I think it's obvious. The Orders need to know whether or not you can be trusted. I will coordinate the tribunal as someone who knows the facts better than the rest. Fine, I'll hear what you have to say. I will state the facts as they are known to me. You reserve the right to speak in your own defense. Regill's voice remains cold and unpleasantly impersonal. I will start with the main reason for today's assembly. The source of the commander's supernatural powers had been hidden from us until recently. But now it is clear. The emergence of these abilities was caused by Regill Vorlesh, a criminal, and an enemy that unequivocally and unconditionally must be destroyed. Whether the commander is her associate or an involuntary tool is yet to be determined. I am neither. Regill has no means of controlling me, and any scholar of magic can attest to that. Success. Amos Renth. Your openness, your appeal to expert opinion, and your rational approach credit you, Commander. They will be taken into account. Let us continue. Aside from the source of the power, there is also the matter of its application. I cannot say the Commander and some of her companions are worse than demons, but they definitely mirror them in certain aspects, given the level of chaos they create. This is both dangerous and unacceptable. Whatever my power is, I only use it to oppose the World Wound and to benefit the Crusade. Actually, I prefer the second one. Why do you care what shape my power takes? It is mine alone, and that's that. Regill pays no attention to your words. We must also scrutinize the commander's temperament. The main question of interest to us was whether we could rely on such an ally. What if she became a puppet in the hands of our enemies? To determine this, I took the liberty of staging a test that featured several treacherous demons. And this test revealed the commander's complete unreliability. She is incapable of seeing through demonic deception and may be willing to cooperate with them, either voluntarily or as the result of clever manipulation. Judge me by my deeds, not by some artificial test. Deeds are not everything. Watching the reaction of an unprepared subject reveals much about their true nature. Enough. Paralictor Aminus Renth raises his hands, calling for silence. He and the other Paralictors exchange glances, then they nod in turn. We have seen and heard enough. The verdict is clear. What we have heard is sufficient to conclude that the accusations against the commander are not substantial enough for the Hellknights to break their alliance with the Crusaders. There certainly were grounds for doubt, but until we see strong evidence that the commander is a menace to us or an associate of Regill Vorlesh, the Orders will continue to cooperate with the Fifth Crusade. Regill listens very closely, sometimes nodding in accord with the words of his fellow Paralictor, then states in a weary and disagreeable voice, I disagree and officially dispute this decision. Do you intend to maintain your cooperation with the individual known as the Commander of the Fifth Crusade, even after everything you've heard? Unbelievable. This stupid and perfidious decision puts you on the same page with the demonic lackey we have been discussing. Derange, that's enough. We are not going to argue like cantankerous old men. This decision is final, and you know that you have no means to dispute it. This is correct. I do not. But I have a different way of correcting your stupid, childish mistake. Regill narrows his yellow eyes and gives you a piercing glare. I hereby challenge you to a duel, Commander. This is irresponsible of you, Derange, but lawful. I cannot interfere even though I very much want to. The Orders refuse to support you, and you are a fool for making yourself and you are making a fool of yourself to soothe your wounded pride. Such behavior is not befitting of a Paralictor. Yeah, I'll duel you, Regill. If you dislike me so much, as you wish. Clear the room and make the necessary preparations. Spread out and give some space for the duel. I declare the start of the duel. May justice be done.
Close ranks.
Yeah, Regill. I'm way tougher than you any day. Enough of this farce and this petty squabbling. The verdict has been passed and is not subject to appeal. The Hellknight orders have no complaints against the 5th Crusade or its commander. Amos gives Regill a steely glare. We also apologize for the actions of Paralictor Regill de Renge. He has overstepped his bounds and made a number of other questionable decisions that make us doubt his competence. He is henceforth removed from command of his chapter and stripped of his Paralictor rank, pending further orders from Godclaw headquarters. Regill's expressionless face is impossible to read. He appears to be unfazed as always. He simply shrugs in response to Aminus's words. I hope there will be no further misunderstandings between us. There won't be, Commander. The purpose of this council was to eliminate them. Regill, now no longer a Paralictor, does not move or make a sound, but instead casts a quick glance that lets you know he'd like to speak in private. Yeah, Regill's always been our biggest detractor in our party. Let's see what he has to say.
I believe I owe you an explanation, Knight Commander.
Regill does not appear to be shaken or perturbed by what has just happened. His stern expression changes slightly, for a fleeting moment becoming calmer and more pensive. I'm listening.
First, I'd like to paint you a picture of the situation I found myself in shortly before we met. I was one of the first to receive the information about an individual supposedly chosen by the gods who appeared in Canobris. This message was followed by the news that the Queen of Mendev had appointed this person as the commander of the new crusade. The orders reacted in every conceivable way. I imagine that you and anything even remotely related to you was being discussed in every corner of every Hellknight citadel. I did not have to be present to imagine the words spoken and the suggestions offered, nor the chaos. The orders often cannot agree, even among themselves. Anticipating the upcoming arguments, I submitted a petition and volunteered to attach myself to the new commander in order to assess her leadership and discover the true nature of her powers. But a good strategist looks far into the future. The role I gave myself was just the beginning. I watched and prepared contingency plans for every potential turn of events, such as if you turned out to be a menace that must be destroyed, or if you turned out to be a valuable asset and our best hope of triumphing over the abyssal host, an ally who must be supported, no matter the cost.
Ivor, you're kind of intruding on this conversation.
I have been a Hell Knight for most of my life. I know the orders like the back of my hand. All our might, determination, and glory, as well as our weaknesses. Unfortunately, it was clear that not all of us would appreciate the tremendous potential of such an important piece showing up on the board. I could write dozens of reports, give you the most stellar of testimonies, and that still wouldn't be enough to convince the skeptics.
And what would you put in these reports? What is your honest opinion of me?
You should already know my verdict on you. I disagree with you on most points, and see your serious flaws as a commander, but I also see your potential, and know that no one else can heal the world wound permanently. Unfortunately, not everyone in the Orders feels the same way.
What would the consequences of the Hellknights' disapproval be?
You came very close to being seen as an even greater threat than the world wound, so the Order's response would have been swift and decisive. Either a war on two fronts, or a swift death. It is fortunate that you managed to avoid that fate.
Go on.
Only a military tribunal would be able to resolve the issues between the Crusade commander and the Hellknights. As formal a hearing as possible, to assure the Orders they had considered the case and had the chance to pronounce a verdict. The occasion also called for a sacrifice. symbolic victim would reinforce the impression of a successful trial and a unanimous decision. Nothing bolsters the reputation of the accused like the public humiliation of their accuser. I was the obvious choice for the role.
So you were set up as a patsy, basically, is what you're saying.
So I organized this tribunal and did my best to ensure that the Paralictors arrived at the only correct decision, given the circumstances. Of course, this meant that my reputation would be destroyed, and I would be stripped of my rank. But that's inconsequential. Such losses are acceptable. Now I can at least be sure you will concentrate on the main problem, the elimination of the world wound. Without the orders getting in your way, that is. Some may even continue to support you as allies. I am fully satisfied with the outcome.
I don't think we really hold a grudge against Regill. He's been helpful, not in our party anyway, but he's been helpful as a member of the Crusade Court, and I like him. I'm just going to go, thank you, Regill. I appreciate your sacrifice.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. I did what had to be done.
Of course he doesn't accept it.
Now that we are entirely clear, let us return to the main objective. I still hope to see the matter of the world wound resolved once and for all.
Well, like some of the Act 3 quests are quite short, aren't they? Greybor's was pretty short. Arushale's was pretty short. I wonder what Darren's will be like. Something tells me that Albrig's is going to be long, because he has a whole map and is a DLC. Paralictor Animus Renth greets you with a nod. Knight Commander. I found the Extirpators. The entire chapter perished fighting monsters. I see. Thank you for the information. We shall commit it to paper. We were going to organize search parties, so it seems like you've saved us a considerable sum of money. I think it would be fair if we gave you part of it as a reward. What can you tell me about Regill now, after the tribunal on his loss of rank? The Paralictor's gaze pensively drifts off for a moment. It was sad to see one of the most worthy representatives of the Order fall. I must confess, I am surprised by what happened. Regill Derange usually gets his way. However, he immediately lost both his case and his title. At moments during the tribunal, it almost seemed like he was actually in control of everything that happened. However, perhaps I place too high a regard on his competence. I suppose it's never too late to reassess. Have we cleared up all of the misunderstandings? What can I expect from the Hellknights? We Hellknights never let our guard down. We consider you an ally and will assist your crusade for the present. I sincerely hope you never give us any reason to doubt you again. I have to go. Right, let's get out of here. I think I vaguely remember doing this from the last time, which is why I only buffed Nest. I think I was somewhat aware of what was going to happen here, but I think you can fail that, so you can have it that the Hellknights turn against you. Obviously, there was a choice there to kick Regill out of the party or kill him even. But I'm not going to do that. I like having him around. Seeing as we're so close, I might go to the Dragon Burial Ground. Shuffle these guys over here. Although I'd like Ulbrig to come with me if I do, so it will take a day to get Ulbrig on over here. Means that the army's got movement again. That's about as far as they can go. Fair enough. Unite these two so they can reinforce. I want you to head down towards here. Cool. Any changes to the Crusade management? Can we enact a new decree? We're still doing Outpost to Bastion expansion. Let's do the elections to the Royal Council. The right to become a member of the Royal Council of Mendev will henceforth be granted to any Mendevian subject, regardless of their lineage and wealth. This reform will undoubtedly attract many outlanders seeking a life of freedom. We could do call the Azatas, couldn't we? Let these guys in. Oh, there's a lot of events as well. Word that the branch of the Last Ash has been procured. Word that the branch of the Last Ash has been procured has spread far and wide. 3 groups of supplicants have come to Dresden to behold the relic. All of them are asking to conduct their rituals over it, but only one can obtain this right. Consecrate the Last Ash. Finger of the Heiress. I mean, none of us uses Bardish's, so I'm really not that bothered. I think I've heard Death's Consonance. This +3 weapon works best in the hand of a person who likes to think and plan ahead. It uses an intelligence modifier as a damage bonus. It also uses your intelligence modifier instead of your usual strength bonus for attack rolls. Oh, we can actually equip that on Nest, because now that we've got all skilled, we have proficiency with all weapons, and she has an insane intelligence modifier. Let's get Death's Consonance. Why not? I don't think we'll ever really use it, but it might be a nice backup. A skilled weaponsmith and mage who has come from faraway Tianzi was impressed by the weapon made from the branch of the Last Ash. He humbly asks to be allowed to improve it by balancing its hidden energies and making it a true weapon of victory. Missing in action. A group of Crusaders has gone missing on its way back from a dangerous mission. The commander's staff is determined to save them and has offered a number of possible solutions. Could form a search party, which unlocks the rescue squad's decree. All generals gain +1 level to the reduction of losses feat. That's pretty good. Organise large-scale rescue operations. Strategic routes. 6,000 logistic experience points. Hire diviners. Nah. Train new trackers. 8 hunters are recruited. Let's organise a large-scale rescue operation. The officers will map out all strategic routes and comb the territories under the Crusaders' control. As an added benefit, the soldiers will mark all dangerous areas on the maps, which will have a positive impact on the Crusades' logistics. A masquerade festival. There is news from Canabris about an upcoming festival. Arizona is ready to report on it. Oh, I think this is the Dance of Masks DLC. That'd be cool to do. Sealer's plan worked. Shamed by hearing the words of the commander's loyal officers, the soldiers willingly turned in the instigators, restoring the army's obedience. Nice. Cool. Let's go over to the Dragon Burial Ground now then. Thing is, we're already near it, relatively. We'll rest before going in. Okay, we should prioritize the axe throwers. It'd really be nice if we could just hit a whole bunch of these in one hit.
Huh?
Amazing. Pretty much all dead already. Okay, you charge the axe throwers then. Piece of cake. girl went into the abyss to preach of goodness, but the words she... Oh, never finished reading those. Surrounding the enemy camp was a palisade, bearing the bodies of unfortunate clerics impaled on its spikes. The soldiers removed the remains of those martyrs carefully, then buried them with honours. The Crusaders' hearts are overflowing with the desire to make the enemy pay, as if gods themselves instigated the flames of rage in their souls. How am I supposed to get down to that army then? I'm trying to... How do I get to this army? Do I go further up? Looks like I should be able to go down this way, but apparently not. Okay, we'll rest. We'll bring you go back on night watch.
It's so wonderful not to be alone anymore. Desna, patroness of travelers, I thank you for bringing our paths together.
Okay, let's go in. I have no idea what's waiting here. This isn't something I remember. I might not even have done it last time. Something tells me it's going to be dangerous, though. I think the cave should be cleared still, though, right? I don't think there's going to be new enemies, so we can at least walk up to where the door is before I do all the buffing.
Careful now.
Yeah, feels pretty clear to me. Through here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to buff now. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's... Oh, hello. The dragon right there. I'm glad I buffed when I did and not right up in front of the door.
You can't keep the alarm bells silenced forever, Hevelathimus. When it rings, the fury of the metallic dragons will descend upon you. They'll protect the sacred child. I don't need to silence the bell. I'm going to destroy it. But you won't be alive long enough to witness its distraction.
Hokugul.
Stop it. Stop him.
The silver dragon tries to rise, but he is too weak.
He's a priest of Daka. He wants to take the child. I am Hokugul Ruziruf, the protector of this cave. I beseech you, help me. Vanquish him. Protect the child.
The black dragon turns slowly in your direction.
There you are, Commander. Right on time. We need to finish off this worm before more of them appear.
What child? Who are you talking about?
The greatest treasure of dragonkind.
What is this name?
Jarzgax Agamornaldre, the divine offspring. He has been asleep in his egg for centuries, waiting to usher in a new era for dragonkind. Look at the bones scattered around you. These are the remains of those who fought for the right to keep the sacred child. And today, the metallic dragons will lose this right. The chromatic dragons will be the new guardians of the divine offspring.
The greatest treasure of dragonkind? Ivy looks indignant. I think you're, what is the word again? Exaggerating. Yes, that's it. Lathimus, you're a dragon?
Did you enjoy my little charade? I know how warm bloods feel about black dragons. I can imagine the kind of reception I would have had if I appeared to you in my true form. But I didn't lie to you about my work. I wish to change the future of our kind. The metallic dragons are hiding away something that rightfully belongs to all dragons, and I am here to retrieve it. You've come to seize the child, to make him a monster, like your master Daka. Do you think you can disguise your true intentions with all this talk of fairness? Your soul is rotten to the core, Hevelathimus.
I have some questions.
I will answer them. Don't listen to him, I will tell you the truth. The truth. You are nothing more than a pawn, Hogagol. You do what you're told and play your role dutifully, but you know nothing.
Why is this child so important?
The child is the subject of an ancient legend. At the dawn of creation, at the beginning of time, two streams, order and chaos, came together and took form. They became the first, dragons, and gave birth to the gods. But Daka, the eldest son, fierce and proud, refused to share his power. He destroyed as many of his brothers and sisters as he could. But one last egg was hidden on Golarion by his cowardly father, Apsu. No one knows what will hatch from it. A being of order, a being of chaos and destruction. But when it happens, the future of dragonkind will be changed forever. This child will herald the dawn of a new era. No one can say when he's destined to be born, so we keep him safe, hidden in the secret caves. Your lot will never have the child. We won't let you corrupt him. We must raise him with love, teach him how to be good and kind, so that the world will prosper. This child is our future. Who said anything about corruption? You think my master Daka was corrupted? No. He was born proud, raging, and free. So why are you so certain the divine child will be any different upon his birth? The metallic dragons believe the egg was hidden away by the cowardly Apsu. But what if it wasn't Apsu? What if Master Daka hid the egg instead? Perhaps he knew that one day a worthy ally would be born, an ally who would help him overthrow his father.
Lathimus, you're a priest of Daka?
I serve the greatest of dragons, the rageful Daka, son of Apsu, the one whose breath set hell aflame, the one who shall unseat his father and usher in a new age for Golarion, an age of glorious conflict. Does the thought of it fill your soul with longing? At long last we will unleash the pure rage, fury and chaos in our hearts. We shall become free. Free, but at what cost? Golarion will be left in ruins. Why would you desire such freedom? No, mortal, don't let him. He wants to use the sacred child to destroy our world. What is the alternative? Order and restraint for all of eternity? What a dull existence. You metallics are so terrified of soiling your shiny scales. You fear corruption. You try so hard to always do the right thing. You spend months deliberating over the right course of action. Is this your idea of freedom? Ha! There is no freedom without chaos. Apsu made us slaves to order, but Daka shall set us free, and the sacred child will help him break our chains.
Ivy's eyes dart back and forth between the two dragons as they argue. This reminds me of my dragon aunts and uncles when they fight in Elysium. Who should watch the eggs? Who should fly to Emerald Song? They argue about all sorts of things. I mean, they don't actually fight, they just squabble a lot. But when you think about it, dragon wars are familiar squabbles too. They're just a lot scarier. Our family squabbles too, I should say. What does that bell do?
That bell will send a signal to the metallic dragons. Its sounds will let them know the child is in danger. Their presence would complicate matters significantly. Trust me, a fight with them would be a lot harder than beating up a half-dead guardian. You can break it. You can't break it. The bell's enchantment's protected against dragons like you.
Enough, I want to ask something else.
Well, make it quick. I still have some unfinished business to take care of.
I mean, Lathimus is talking about freedom, but he's also talking about destroying all of Golarion. So, I'm inclined to help Hogagul, the Keeper. I'll help Hogagul, the Keeper.
I don't have the strength to fight, but please defeat him and take the egg. You have my blessing. You will pay for this, Commander.
You aren't the first dragon we've fought. I'll have you know. Do a quickened Joy of Life. And just try hitting him. Yeah, you're gonna go down quickly. We can we've powered through your AC already. Gerushale, steady target. And shoot him. Ulbrig, make sure you've got your aspect, all the things you need turned on. Including power attack.
Please, go. See if the egg is unharmed.
Bella's covered in runes and looks brand new, as if it were put here recently. Oh. Some glasses. It's never bad to have glasses. As soon as you touch the egg, it cracks. You watch as small, strong wings break through the shell, and then a tiny, iridescent dragon emerges. He stretches as if he just woke up from a long sleep, and looks at you questioningly with his big violet eyes. He's a little scary, but cute. Hi there, little one. Don't worry, I won't let anyone hurt you. Jahazgax. The dragon lets out a happy squeak and flaps his wings. His gleaming scales are the colour of gold. He is watching you closely, and when you look into his eyes, a shiver runs down your spine. This is an ancient, powerful creature. A creature as old as time itself. Ogukul looks like he's about to collapse. The sacred child! He pauses and gazes at the little dragon in stunned silence. Then he laughs with joy. Oh, my child! Oh, Jarzgax! Agormandildre! You little wonder! You finally decided to make your appearance. He's not even 100 years old yet, and you've already given him a name that will take 100 years to say. Ivu looks at the little dragon. I'm so sorry, little guy. Jarzgak's gleaming scales are now silver. He spreads his wings happily, but does his best to stay close to you. I see. I see. I've grown too old now, and can't protect you as I once did. So you've chosen yourself a new guardian? If such is your will. I touched the shell and he hatched. Is that bad? Bad? No, not at all. The child responded to your touch. He decided that it was finally time to emerge from his shell. This is a monumentous occasion. Everything is about to change. Perhaps I should feel more afraid. Perhaps I should feel anxiety about this child's future, and the future of all dragonkind. But surprisingly, my heart is at peace. You cannot delay the inevitable indefinitely. And in his wisdom, Jarzgax, I'm not even going to try, has already given us plenty of time to prepare for this day. Ember gazes at you pensively. Wherever you go, everything changes. Eternities end. Some die. Oh yeah, it is eternities. Eternities end. Some die, and others are born. All becomes new, and nothing stays the same. Who are you? It's a mystery. Jahazagax Agamornaldidra. He already has a name? Yes, he does. A dragon's name grows with them as they age. The older the dragon, the longer the name. Jahazgax spent many centuries in his shell. He is an ancient being. He lived in this world during his long slumber, and that's why his name is so long at birth. You're speaking to him as if you know him personally. I've protected this cavern for many years. During my time as a guardian, Jahazgax would appear to me in my dreams. I don't know how to explain it, but he would speak to me without saying a word. I've grown to care for him as if he were my own child. Ogugul lowers his eyes. I know. It's disrespectful to speak of a divine being in such a manner, but guardians are always lonely. Jarzgax is the only family I have. If he means that much to you, I'll leave him here with you.
No. No, he's made his choice. He's chosen you as his guardian and teacher. The child cannot remain in his egg forever. He needs to grow and see the world. But I will always remember him.
How can he choose anybody? He's an infant.
He is a divine infant, not a duckling looking for its mother. He possesses the power and wisdom of his parents. He sees things that we cannot perceive. I trust his choice.
What am I supposed to do with him?
Care for him. Raise him to be a strong, magnificent dragon, a new deity of goodness and order, who will make the world a better place. Now I can finally be at peace. My duty is done. You must look after the divine child. You will help him usher in the new dawn of a new glorious era.
What if I raise him to be a creature of chaos?
It is not in my power to stop you. Not even the great Apsu could prevent you from raising the child as you wish. But metallic dragons dream of a better world. It is in our nature to hope. I have faith in Jahargax. He represents the dawn of a new era. Nothing can blemish his pure soul.
Well, then maybe we'll make him, like, good chaos, like Ivu. Well, blemish or no blemish, you can bet I'm going to teach him how to fly away without asking permission. Then we can sneak off and eat sweets together, even when we're not supposed to. Ooh, we've got a little dragon squad growing. Farewell, Hogugul, Riziref. On the one claw, I'm not the smallest dragon anymore. On the other claw... Wait, does that make me his big sister? Ooh! There's a mischievous light in Ivy's eyes. So much. What was that word again? Potential. Yes, we'll get along nicely, little guy. The little dragon cranes his neck towards Ivu and snorts happily.
Farewell, Commander, and farewell to you, Jahargax. Grow big and strong and kind, just like your great father.
The little dragon flaps his wings in farewell. Item received, Jahargax. Is he like a pet? Go from newest to oldest. Jahargax randomly provides additional 1d4 cold, fire, acid, or electricity damage on a successful hit with a weapon. Well, that's too good to not have. We'll put him there. We'll give someone else the pipe fox. I like having a little squad of animals. Arushale could probably use him. Where's he gone? Come on, pipe fox. There he is. Oh, we need to equip a new midnight bolt as well. Best not to forget that. Cool. Dragon that gives us extra damage. Cannot complain about that. This image depicts a man and a woman holding hands above a cradle. The woman's face has been scratched off and her features are impossible to distinguish. Cool. Okay then. Let's leave. There's the way out. Over here. Let's go. No, I want to go to the way out. There you go. Oh, we're picking off quests one by one today. I think that's nice to do after we have the, you know, the meaty quests like where there's like a lot to do in one location. I like breaking that up with doing the shorter, kind of more, yeah, shorter quests. Let's go back to Dresden, maybe? How's our army doing? Haven't got any movement yet. How am I supposed to get down to you? Do I have to kind of take this fort and then go down? Fort's intimidating. Oh, and I can see why. 2 units of 1,000 skeletons. It's probably too much for this army to handle at the moment. Right, where can we go? We could go to the Desolate Thicket. We've got stuff to do over here. I want to upgrade this so we can just teleport over here quickly, though. We need to go to Aureli's laboratory, I think, because we have that key. I think can get us in somewhere. The old Sarkoris mines as well. Perhaps Captain Selkie can be found in the area where his patrol perished. We've got quite a lot of abyssal corruption though, so let's go and rest at Dresden first, I think. What do we have to do for the quest that insignificant losses? Quartermaster Wilson Garms is convinced that a group of demons is tracking down and killing 1 or 2 soldiers per month. Perhaps the commander should address this issue and send troops to avenge the deaths of ordinary crusaders. Is that a quest location, or is that a... Okay, Sealer's quest is all the way down here, so we need to build a teleportation thing here as well, just because that's way too far to have to walk. Oh, and I want to go to Winter Sun. There's something there. So we'll go to Dresden, we'll rest, and then we'll go to Winter Sun. And then we'll probably end it for today. We've got to talk to Greybor as well. Let's go talk to Greybor first.
Is that the commander who entered the lair of assassins unafraid, wreaking havoc and personally murdering everyone in sight? Why, yes, I think it is her. Well, beer is on me today, just like I promised.
Greybor greets you loudly, puffing on his pipe as usual. Can I expect more attempts on my life? Whoa.
Of course, but he no longer has weapons like Horzala's Assassin's Guild at his command. And the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth are no match for them. I don't think you need to be wary of any more attacks.
Have you ever been tempted to betray me?
Well, maybe a little, perhaps. But I never violate the terms of my contracts. Justice, villainy, loyalty, treachery, all these words carry no meaning for me anymore. But my reputation, for that, I will put my life on the line.
Your fixation on this whole reputation business is utterly crazy. But today I couldn't be happier that you've lost your marbles.
Being true to my word is one of the few virtues that I hold in high regard. I don't carry it around in my pack during my countless travels, but it's always with me.
Thank you for remaining loyal to me.
It's not about loyalty. It's just business, and... But perhaps you are right about that. I like you. I rarely say that to people, and almost never to my employers. But here we are.
The dwarf cuts off abruptly and then goes silent for a while. He puffs on his pipe, lost in thought.
I enjoy traveling with you, and I would have felt regret if you had died. Apparently our adventures together have made me overly sentimental.
Have you ever thought about what you're going to do when this war is over?
They say that the Assassin's Guild of Elutionera, of which I pride myself of being a member, has recently lost its leader. I, on the other hand, have been honing my demon-slaying skills to perfection over the past few months. When this whole thing with the world wound is over, I'll return there and try to become one of the aristocrats of Elutionera. That is what they call themselves, if I remember correctly. I will reside there in luxury, bathe in the gossip about my notorious misdeeds, and take assignments from the Crusaders at a hefty discount. If the demons are trying to occupy our Galarian, why shouldn't we mortals repay them by occupying a part of their realm?
So it's interesting. He's still committed to doing that, living in a Lushanera, but he's. It's interesting that he would want to give a discount to Crusaders. There's a bit of you're not completely all about money, are you, Greybor? Although mostly. Just know that I think highly of you.
Same goes for you. I never regretted getting involved with you, even though the whole thing seemed like a utter failure at times.
Greybor narrows his eyes and gives a thin smile. Have you ever thought about quitting the assassination business?
Now, quite the opposite. My career is booming at present. First, I have an opportunity to work with you and participate in a truly fascinating adventure, which is going to lift my reputation to new heights. Second, I've just joined a very formidable Assassin's Guild. There is a lot more for me to achieve as a professional, and I will only start thinking about retirement and the peaceful life of a commoner when I'm past my prime. Anyway, fortune doesn't favor those who think too much about tomorrow instead of living in the present. Right now, I'm fighting the world wound under your command. As for what happens next, we'll just have to see.
You have a daughter.
Yes, my little Mora. Do you think she would want to see me again after all these years? What would she think of me if I told her how I'd been earning my bread all this time? That I left her to do this kind of work? I'm afraid to hear the answers. I only hope that she will be able to forgive me if I ever get the chance to see her again.
You could become more than just a hired killer.
Now I am going to tell you a very important secret. You must not disclose it to anyone, no matter the circumstances. I think the simple truth is that I love my job. Yes, I suppose I have the spirit of a killer, but there's nothing I can do about that. Perhaps I'll even kill you too, if you tell any of my potential employers what I just told you.
The dwarf chuckles and puffs at his pipe. We've always let we've never tried to influence Greybor before, so I'm not going to do the good option. We'll do the chaotic. You have to make this decision yourself.
Well then, it's all settled. All hail me, the fearsome leader of the Assassin's Guild from the depths of the abyss. You know, I've never tried to tell anyone which path in life they must choose. Sure, I'm always happy to show the way to the realm of Pharasma, but that's an exception. Thank you for not giving me any orders, or pushing me to make a certain choice. An attitude like that is a very rare thing in our world, and I appreciate it greatly.
I'm glad we had this talk.
You know, Commander, I've always thought that I was a loner by nature. I don't like people. I don't give a damn about them. They don't give a damn about me. And that's how it's always been. Until I met you. Are an exception to all the rules. It is completely wrong for a hired blade to have any kind of personal affection for a client. But I do. Whatever lies ahead, I will never regret going on that dragon hunting mission with you.
Aw, good Greybor.
Surprised to hear such words from an assassin, Commander.
Greybor's face is bright red. He smooths down his beard, takes a long draw from his pipe, and gives a deep sigh as he exhales a thick cloud of smoke. Finally, he regains his composure and continues on in a more normal tone. I have nothing else to say.
In that case, let this story become a good memory of how we cheated death itself.
Have you decided what you're going to do after we win the war? I mean, you already just told us this, didn't you?
I will go to the Abyss and fight for a position of leadership in the Assassin's Guild of Elushanera. I want to see how it feels to live in a place where my craft is viewed with honor and respect, instead of just fear.
Cool. Been good working with you, Greybor. Ivor, are you going to just hang out here? I'm sure they'll give you lots of sweets. I mean, I think Raymond, he sits around over here, doesn't he? Is he really not here? No, no sign of him. I'm a bit worried about him, to be honest. Where is he? Hey, Social. You've got nothing for me to do. Does your quest line finish in Elushanera then, after finding... I guess finding Trevor is a pretty definitive end for his quest line. Let's go up to our court. We'll do the events that are here. Maybe I'll do Winter Sun at the beginning of next time. I don't think there's anything actually to do there, but I'm trying to find an item that I missed when I was there last time.
Greetings, Commander. Today I come bearing good news, an invitation. Canabras is throwing a festival to celebrate the Crusaders, and you are the guest of honor.
Is that the same voice actor as Seela? Arisone's never had voicing before. It sounds a bit like Seela. What kind of festival?
I'm sure you remember how the Crusade started. Demons attacked Canabras, turning a celebration into a massacre and then laying waste to the city. Now Canabras has been rebuilt, and the demons suffer one defeat after another. And all this is thanks to you. The citizens wish to reclaim the celebration stolen from them, and from you, at the start of the war.
Wouldn't it be better to wait until after the war has ended?
You recently won a glorious victory at Iz. While the crusade is far from over, this still calls for a celebration. My advice is to allow yourself and your companions this brief respite. It will help you gather strength before the final battle.
If I go to the festival, who should I take?
Everyone, without a doubt. Each one of your companions has fought long and hard. It would be unfair to leave anyone behind.
I'll be there. Thank you for your report.
Glad to be of service. Oh, and one more thing. This came with the invitation. I'm not sure what it means, but it looks like some sort of sign. I assume the other half is in the possession of someone who will be waiting for you in Canabras.
Arisone hands you half a copper coin. Enevia stays out of the conversation, but you cannot help but notice her satisfied smile. It seems she knows something about the coin.
That is all. Have an enjoyable break.
The impression I get of this DLC is it's very similar to the Citadel DLC in Mass Effect 3, where it's basically like a have fun with your companions one last time before the end of the game. So I think I'll do that last thing before going to Threshold. I really enjoyed the Citadel DLC, so I'm looking forward to this. Oh, I did a terrible Scottish accent for you, didn't I, Dorganlinda? Okay. Dorganlinda is looking at you with undisguised awe. Well, I'll be. You really did come back from the abyss itself. Commander, you amaze me. If you are doing miracles now, maybe you can pull our logistics out of the abyss while you're at it. Because in your absence, that's exactly where it's gone, all the way to the bottom. We have a shortage of quite literally everything. Oh, it's even worse now. Don't take this as sedition, Commander, but I'll give it to you straight. Right now, there is no way of acquiring anything legally. Her Majesty squeezed all she could out of Mendev to march on Iz, and we've been left with a bunch of measly crumbs. Anything to say for yourself, Galfrey? You're right there. Fortunately, I still have some of my old connections in Mendev. The nation has been in chaos for the last few months. Without the Queen watching over them, everyone's been taking anything. Everyone's taken everything that's not nailed down. But I know... Oh, this accent's awful. I think it was terrible before, but I think it's worse now. But I know how to make sure we get something out of all this madness. Just a bit here and there. Wardjif rubs his hands, smiling broadly. This is it. This is my time to shine. I've got a clever little scheme. I've been cooking it up for a long time, and now I'm finally going to put it into action. Oh, we'll hit it big. You just give me the go-ahead. Has everyone in Mendev truly turned to stealing? I just can't believe it. But if we have no choice... You know, war has claimed many lives. Deserted villages, abandoned houses, manors of noble lineages that have been cut short. If they don't belong to anyone now, maybe we could take them? I don't like this. I get it, this isn't the time to be squeamish, but joining in on the plundering of Mendev, that's too low. If we can't afford it, let's sell our own spoils on the black market instead of stealing. Wasn't Greybor a part of this? I swear Greybor was a part of at least one of the courts. Was it the military one? Let's consider our options in more detail. Certainly. Wardjif, what's this scheme of yours? Alright, so, we issue war bonds with mind-blowing interest. 300%, 400, whatever. But we don't release them to be traded publicly. Instead, we hold a sale to sell everything we have left in the warehouses. Don't worry, we won't have to give away nothing, because we're going to be selling it all to ourselves, using fake papers and frontmen and paying with those war bonds we've got. We repeat this process several times and then... Right, I can see everyone's already confused. I'll draw you all a diagram later, or you can just trust me. It's a sure thing. We'll make a killing. Why are you all looking at me like that? When did I ever let you down? This sounds like some evil sorcery, except with finances instead of spells. Are we sure this scheme won't ruin us, or worse, summon some kind of bond demon to teach us a lesson? Okay, Lan, what's your advice? Times are tough. We can't afford to stay squeaky clean, but my conscience won't let me just ransack the nation in its hour of need. We still have a few things lying around, don't we? Let's not go any further than using the services of the black market. We can get what we need in exchange for what we have. I respect you trying to keep your hands clean in a hopeless situation, but that's the thing. Both our warehouses and our coffers are empty. What are we going to trade when we run out? What are you thinking, Dog and Linda? The goal is not to get too brazen, but we shouldn't be missing out either. I've got connections all over Mendev. Old army pals, drinking partners, long overdue debtors. Each one will get us a cart, a barrel, a chest. It'll be an improvement on what we have, at least. The treasury won't notice because we won't take enough to cause a fuss. Just a weight discrepancy here and there. Some cargo that must have dried out or fallen off in transit there. Arushale, what are you suggesting? We could take abandoned property the looters haven't got to yet. Unfortunately, but it is fortunate for us. Anyway, I know for sure that there's a lot of it in Mendev right now. If we take it for the good of the Crusade, it wouldn't be looting, would it? Of course it wouldn't. You just need to convince yourself real hard. Congrats, Arushale. Your path of ascension is complete. Only the most upstanding mortals can dupe everyone, including themselves, with such finesse. Everything's clear. What do we do? Right, if we do Wardjif's, we get the Tricky Steel Decree. Adds 10% of finance points available in the treasury. Maximum 10,000. If we do Arushale's, acquiring unclaimed property, we just get 75 material points. Trade on the black market, as Lan suggests, unlocks the selling excuses, selling excesses, and distribution of trophies decrees. I'll exchange so we can swap material and finance points. And if we do Dorg and Linda, unlocks the corruption decree. Finance points income increases by 120. Let's do with Arushale's. Arushale will limit I'll check. I'm not going to do this, but what's the lawful one? We'll take no part in plundering. This meeting is over. Morale increases by 10. Arushale will limit ourselves to abandoned property. Thank you. It doesn't belong to anyone after all, so we wouldn't be doing any harm, right? I really can't stress this enough. We're in a right bind here. We're doing everything we can to resolve it, but I have no doubt this council will need to reconvene again shortly.
Commander, permission to report. I finally bring you good news for a change. Now that we've put an end to the wary, barely anyone questions your right to lead the crusade. Nerosia now has a circle of influential people who are sympathetic to our efforts and see you as the foremost protector of Galarian. They would like to help our army in any way you want. What should we ask of them?
Captain Haramatan's expression is impenetrable.
After you saved Her Majesty, people see you as her equal, or even as someone more important. After all, it was you, not her, who defeated Discari himself in battle. I think we should ask for something we were always lacking: money and other forms of material support.
Have them send us holy relics. Those are gathering dust in their those that are gathering dust in their possession, like some kind of museum. Like in some kind of museum.
Make them procure for us the most valuable of resources: knowledge. Any manuscripts on warfare, treaties on arms and armor improvement, intelligence on demons and their weaknesses. Make them use their money and influence to gather these types of writings from all across Galarian.
So we can ask for anything. Make them send us reinforcements. We're not another bunch of commoners. Their very own overgrown infantile offspring. Aren't you offended by people praising me more than Galfrey? Success.
Your glory is well deserved, Commander. I'm just saddened that Her Majesty's radiance has faded in recent years.
Aramatan frowns and looks into your eyes with suspicion.
Why'd you ask? On second thought, please pay no mind to my question. It was inappropriate.
He gives you a friendly grin, but his tense expression remains. Is this going to go anywhere? Because I definitely get the sense that he's not our biggest fan, but he's pretending he is. I know he missed a perception check early on. I wonder if you have to pass all of the checks in these meetings to maybe challenge him or something. Let's discuss our options in further detail. Seela, what's your plan? On the home front, lots of holy relics are just gathering dust in temples or private collections. Their place is here on the front lines, where the fate of our world will be decided. Let our best officers arm themselves with the sacred gifts of the gods. May the power hidden within them help us defeat the demons at last. Don't overestimate the sanctimoniousness reliquary keepers. They'll suffer heart attacks at the thought of sending their priceless treasures to war. What if we lose them? In the end, they'll just give us some junk and hide the things that are actually powerful in their deepest cellar, then swallow the key. Regill, what do you... Darren, actually, your opinion, please. Have you seen the volunteers we've been getting lately? They're skinny, ragged, hunched. Less of an army and more of a travelling almshouse. If our neighbours are willing to help, let them send the best bred, offspring of barons and counts. They themselves may be completely useless, but their dear fathers and mothers will send their best warriors to accompany them. Their personal guard, sworn knights and seasoned mercenaries. All those who will see to it that their beloved youngster's head is not removed by some demon or other. In a fight, a single one of these skilled riders or trained swordsmen is worth 10 commoners, who've just been given a spear and told the following words of martial wisdom. You're not a baker anymore, you're a soldier.
What this army definitely has no need for is more nobles. If you need proof, just take a look at Count Orande.
Regill, what do you suggest?
Despite all of my experience in command and my Hellknight training, I wouldn't even begin to assume that I know everything about war and weaponry. Many nations, mercenary groups, and noble houses keep secrets related to warfare. They're not keen on sharing. Now is a good time to use the money and the influence of our unexpected benefactors to unlock those secrets.
These days, you won't find a soul on Galarian who knows how to fight demons better than we and our soldiers do. I doubt some dusty book on armor polishing techniques will help us in any way. Now, holy relics are a whole different kettle of fish. They boost morale and they have a very practical use against demons. Captain Harmatan, what would you advise? In my opinion, we don't need to overthink this. There's no such thing as too much money. We'll ask for material aid and buy everything we're currently missing. Money comes and goes. We must take this chance to get that which can't be bought. Thank you. And what are the effects? Generals gain Relic Keeper at level 20, plus 15 bonus to power. All generals gain the Brilliant Strategist feat. All ranged and infantry units have a 15 bonus to damage. I like that one. I'm tempted to do Regill's one. We do Darren, we get the Noble Recruits feat. All cavalry and Grand Tier units have a 20 plus bonus to damage. That's pretty good, actually. Captain Haramat and I agree with you. Just an increase in our income. I'm going to go with Regill's, I think. Regill, you're right. Tell them to send us their knowledge of warfare. Good. This will prove to be a significant contribution to our officers' training and help us deliver a decisive blow to the enemy. Thank you, Commander. I hope our allies will fulfill their promises. I'll personally leave for Erosion to oversee the progress being made by our new associates. Hopefully I'll return with good news before long. Okay. Well, that slowed us down a bit. What time is it? Okay. I'll leave it there then. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow the series as we're approaching the end, you can subscribe. I'll be posting daily and then playing something new afterwards. I haven't quite decided what yet. Or if you want to leave a like or a comment, anything is very much appreciated. But yeah, thanks again, folks. Bye.